Hello. Hello. Hi. Hi, octopus. Hi. Hello. Hmm. Hello, Duncan. Can you all hear me? Please let me know, okay? Whether you can hear me or not. Hi. Okay. Hello. Hi. Can you all hear me? Can? Hello. Hi. Okay, I'm going to start, okay? Today, we'll be going through P6 topics only today. Hello, Adrian. Hi. How has school been? You all have racial harmony celebration, right? I think like a few days ago. Hi. Huh? Octopus. All the while some of the previous TikTok revision have these topics, just that it's mixed. If you notice, we actually did go through before, for other lives. Today don't have Kahoot. Okay, everybody, I am going to today have. You mean for science? Yeah, today science have. Okay, so okay, I'm gonna go through. Okay, so everybody will be going through mainly, we will be focusing on P6 adaptations and man's impact on the environment. All right. Oh, hello, Sukuna. Oh, what you changed again? Change your name again. Okay, today have. Okay. All right, let's start off okay with the MCQ first. Okay, so let's look at this one. Okay, this one, question one. Okay, so for question one, right, what happens here is if you know the answer, you can tell me also. Okay, so it says that the diagram, always remember for science, right, you have to highlight and take down all your notes. Okay, so for this, they say that the diagram below, okay, actually shows two different organisms, A and B. All right, so what happens, they say that A will actually stings other animals, but not organism B. All right, so what is your weakness? Adaptations requires a bit of general knowledge. Actually, your school teacher, right, won't tell you all the animals, like all the different adaptations. They actually will not tell you every single animal. So the tough part about adaptations is that it actually requires quite a bit of general knowledge. Okay, so for this, all right, which of the following best explains how looking like organism A helps B in terms of its survival? Okay, so basically, you have to understand what the question is trying to say. Okay, I see most of you mentioned that it is one. You read the question carefully, okay? They do not like, is there any form of interdependence between A and B? Why you keep spamming one? Okay, I seen a three. I seen a few threes now. But you didn't think about it. Based on the question, you read carefully, okay? It just looks like A. That means organism B, okay, looks like A, okay, and A A will sting other animals, right? So imagine you are other animals and you get nothing to do with predator and prey here. Listen up. This has nothing to do with predator and prey. Okay, you need to think, okay, if you are a animal, okay, and you like to eat insects, okay, let's say, okay, and you accidentally approached organism A, right? And organism A stings you. So you remember, this organism will sting me. And will you eat that organism again? Would you attempt to eat that organism A again? Would you? You imagine you are the animal and you want to eat organisms. No, right? If you got stung before, you wouldn't want to eat the organism again. So this organism will think, oh, anything, this animal, the thing, or anything that looks like organism A will sting me. Okay, so this thing, okay, this ability to sting actually helps to scare off other animals, right? So when organism B looks like A, okay, the A doesn't help B at all. Okay, A doesn't even protect, doesn't even help B at all. They, who knows, maybe they don't even live in the same environment. Okay, but all right, if any other animals, okay, very good. All of you say no. See, so if other animals already know that that A stings them, they will be afraid of A, right? So if they are afraid of A, and if B looks like organism A, all right, what happened? The keyword here is that other animals will mistook, all right, mistook B as A. Okay, so they thought that B is actually A, and what happened is when they mistaken B as A, there's a lower chance of being eaten up. Okay, so A doesn't even protect B at all. Okay, you need to understand that B purposely adapted and looks like A to protect itself. So A actually have nothing to do with B actually. Okay, all right. So for question one, for option one, all right, A doesn't even protect B. So option one is actually out. Okay, there is no form of interdependence here. This one is about adaptation. Okay, so for option two, they say that bee feeds on the nectar. This has nothing to do with feeding nectar. Okay, so the one is wrong. Okay, option three says that less organism B are hunted by its predators as it resembles organism A. Yes, because they will have a lower chance of being eaten. Right, that predators wouldn't dare to even attack organism B. Okay, so the answer is number three. Okay, the predators wouldn't have more food. They wouldn't even dare to attack organism B. Okay, Ken? Okay, done. It's okay, octopus. Oh yeah, these are like adapted from different like schools paper. Okay, so you will encounter a similar question before also. Okay, everybody, okay, clear for question one? Who got other? Do you have any questions for question one? No? Octopus, don't worry. You need to you just need to practice more. All right. So adaptation usually, if it's look like, okay, look like doesn't mean that the other organism is protecting the organism B that looks like that. No. Okay. When you look like something else, you look like a bigger animal. You look like some animal that will attack other animals. Okay, is actually like similar. I would say similar to camouflaging. Okay, just that in this case, okay, the other animals wouldn't dare to attack organism B. Okay, all right, because they thought that it's A which will attack, which will retaliate and attack them back. Okay, yes, that's mimicry. That's correct also. Okay, they mimic another animal in terms of their looks. Okay, so let's move on. All right. Three can be the answer. Three is the answer. Hello, Belinda. But number one cannot. I'm teaching for, I teach P6 actually. But I teach online classes on Thursdays for P6. Yeah, AGrader. Well, physical classes, I don't teach P6. Physical classes, I teach P3, P4, P5 at the moment. Okay. Thing, yes, can be various reasons. Yeah, okay, but most of the time, right, if they look similar to other animals, it's more for protecting themselves to prevent getting eaten. Like they look bigger to scare predators away. Same thing. But just that maybe the reasoning will change a bit. One is scare predators away, so that but the ending point is the same, so that they will not get eaten. Okay. Another one is another type is so that animals won't dare to attack it, right? Because they know that they thought that this animal will sting them. So also prevent themselves from getting eaten, okay, or reduce the chance of them getting eaten. All right, okay. Yes, capybara, why you keep calling me? Okay. Oh, you're talking about the fake one. The fake one, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Oh, why you wait? Wait means what? Yeah. I move on, okay? Okay, everyone, let's move on. Okay, let's look at, oh, no problem thing. All right, let's look at question 2. All right, question 2, okay, if you know the answer, you can let me know. All right, this is under man's impact on the environment. Okay, so over here it says that the table shows an increase in average global temperature every 10 years from 1960s to 2020. All right, and based on the graph, which of the following is, read the question carefully, okay, not a possible cause of the increase in average global temperature. Take note, for man's impact on the environment, they like to give 2 words for doing MCQ. They ask for cause and they ask for effect. Please know the difference. A cause is something that happens before an increase in global temperature. That means what caused global temperature to increase? An event that happens before global temperature increase. Effect, please know the difference, okay? Effect is something that happens after. If they ask what are the effects of increase in global temperature, that means what happens after the temperature of the earth increases. Okay, so please know the difference. All right, but in this case, it's very, okay, this one is this one is very straightforward because all the options are actually, most of the options are actually causes. Okay, but there is one that is not the correct cause. Okay, so for this, okay, always remember when it comes to, okay, when it comes to increase in global temperature, do you all know? Why you say you're cooked? Okay, most of you say 2. Okay, very good. Okay, but can you tell me, all right, what exactly is the thing that caused an increase in global temperature? Do you have any idea? It's a special type of gas. Do you all can remember? Yes, 2 is the answer. Yes, CO2 thing, very good, which is your carbon dioxide. Okay, we call them what? Carbon dioxide is a type of what? Type of gas. There's like a term, there's a group of gases that's under that term. Any idea? Yes, it's called greenhouse gas. You have very good, Fauzi, as well. Okay, so these are called greenhouse gas. So, and what exactly causes, not effects, okay, not what, this is not asking about what happens after global warming. Okay, so this is the cause, which means that something that happens before the global temperature increases. Okay, so what happens before is actually more carbon dioxide. Okay, very good. Those of you who mentioned, okay, there is more greenhouse gas. Very good. Why? Because more carbon dioxide. I write down more notes, okay, in case some of you are still very confused, especially some of you, I think some of you, the school just started on mass impact. Whose school just started on mass impact? Very good. Those of you sending your answers to me, thank you. Okay, means that more carbon dioxide means it trap more heat. Trap more heat, basically, why does it trap more heat? Is because it is a type of greenhouse gas. Okay, all right, so when it trap more heat, this will cause an increase in the average global temperature or the earth temperature. Okay, and we call it global warming. All right, so over here we can see that there's an increase, okay, throughout the years, and all of you got it correct. It is actually option 2. Okay, which is not a possible cause. Take note, okay? Why? Let me just quickly explain. Ayo, y'all try not to spam, okay? Okay, so let's look at this one, okay? So why do we say that number 2 is wrong? Number 2 is not a possible cause. Because when you have more cyclists on the road, okay, instead it might be a positive impact, right? More cyclists, maybe less cars, all right, means that there's less carbon dioxide being produced. Or you could also think of it that there's no effect because cyclists does not increase amount of carbon dioxide because there's no burning, there's no use of petroleum. Okay, so for this one, number one is true. True, because there will be more carbon dioxide in the surrounding. Why? Okay, y'all just listen carefully, okay? Why when there's more deforestation, there'll be more carbon dioxide is because deforestation means more trees are being cut, right? So when more trees are being cut means there's less trees around. Less trees around means less photosynthesis. Less photosynthesis basically means that less carbon dioxide is taken in by the plant. So there's a lot of carbon dioxide left in the surroundings. All right. So it will lead to a greenhouse effect. It will lead to global warming. Okay, so for option 3 is also true because burning leads to more carbon dioxide in the surroundings. Okay, option 4 is also true. Release of more carbon dioxide. Okay, option 2, there is no, I would say there's no effect. There's no negative impact, okay, for option 2. So I have to choose that one. No negative impact. Okay, Ken? Yes, correct. Octopus, very good. Okay, everyone. Anyone got any questions for this question, man's impact on the environment? If you have questions, let me know, okay? Any? No? No? Okay, I'm gonna move on, all right? Since y'all didn't say that you have any questions. So let's take at question 3. Okay, question 3 is quite big. So I'll show you the top part first, okay? So for question 3, all right, it says here that a coin was placed. I'm gonna highlight the key thing. Always remember to highlight important parts. Okay, it's placed at the bottom of the cylinder. Water from pond A was poured into the cylinder until the coin could no longer be seen. Okay, and the height of the water was measured. Okay, so what happened is the experiment was repeated with water taken from the other 3 ponds. Okay, pond A, B, C, and D, and the results are shown in the table below. Okay, for this, you need to understand, okay, if the water is dirty, okay, you will not see the coin. All right, so take note that until the coin no longer be seen, that means until all the light is blocked. All right, and you need to understand that the height, what does this height? We know that this is my measured variable, right? But how come that do you know why must I go and measure the height? Any idea? Why must I measure the height? What would it tell me? Do you have any idea? What would it tell me? Okay, do you have any idea? No idea? The water height? No, at first it's actually 0. Okay, so what the person do is I have a container. He put a coin first. The person can see the coin at the moment, right? So the person start pouring. Maybe he pour 5 ml. Still can see the coin. I continue pouring. I pour 10 ml. Still can see, but maybe not so clear anymore. But I want to pour until I totally cannot see the coin. So I pour. Maybe, okay, so in this case, like, I pour until the height reached 36 for pond A. Then I stop because I could no longer see the coin. So why do I measure the height? P4, I teach physical classes for P4 at East North Point. Do you have any idea? Like why? What does the height tell me? The height actually tells me, okay, how polluted or how clear the water is. Okay, no worries. Don't need to apologize. Okay, so okay, so you need to understand, okay, so I write this one down first. This height is my measured variable. It tells me about the level of pollution of the water or the clarity of the water. Okay, the pollution and clarity are opposite. If the water is clear, means it's the least polluted. Okay, can? All right, so now, that was my change variable here. In my experiment, my change variable is something that's different. So I changed the water from different ponds. I changed the water that I obtained. Which pond did I obtain the water from? Yes, very good. No, I don't, Eva. Yes, very good, Godzilla. Okay, so over here, so what happens? All right, you now need to understand. Based on this result, can you tell me which one do you all think is the most polluted? Do you all know? Oh, you see? I seen the mixed answer. I seen B and I seen D. The both extreme ends. Okay. You all go swimming pool before, right? Swimming pool you can see inside, right? You throw your thing, you throw your goggles. When you put your goggles inside, you can actually see a little bit, right? But what about in the sea? Then you compare. Which one is cleaner? Which one do you think is clearer water? Which one is not so clear? Which one is more polluted? Which one is least polluted? Submerged plants are plants that are entirely in water. Okay, I seen y'all can change answer, okay? Okay, now I've seen mostly B's. Okay, and yes, B is actually the least, okay, the least clear. That means it's the most polluted. Why? Just a little bit of water and I can no longer see my coin. That means it blocks a lot of light with just so little water, which means that it's very dirty. Okay, can? All right. Okay, you can. Okay, so you hopefully you understand. Okay, so little water, you just need so little to block all the light. Okay, so for this, for B is actually the most polluted. Okay. All right. And most polluted means it is going to block the most amount of light. So, based on the results above, which pond would have the least number of submerged plant? Imagine you're a plant. I go up a bit, okay? Would you want to grow in which? You don't want to grow in which pond? What's the answer, everybody? I gave you a clue already when I write down the notes above. Yes, thank you, Happy Space. What do you think? Least amount of submerged plants. Someone asked what is submerged plant, right? Submerged plants are plants that are in the water. Okay, none of the plant parts, the leaves are not sticking out. The whole plant is in water. Okay, so very good. Yes, the answer is number 2. Most of you got it. Okay, so good. The answer is number 2. Okay, because when they say that there's a least number of submerged plant, means that it is unable to survive well. They are unable to survive well because most light is blocked. So the one that is going to block the most light is pond B. Okay, very good. Thank you. Hello, Foxy. Hello. Thank you, the rest of you, for sending in your answers. Very good. You all got the idea there. Any questions for this? Question 2. Question 2, the answer was 2. Question 2, you must read carefully. Okay, they're asking for the one that's not a cause. Okay? All right, so everyone all right? Okay, then I'm gonna move on. Welcome back. Okay, good. All right, so let's look at question 4. Okay, so let's look at question 4 over here. Okay, so for question 4, right, it's about, yeah, it's about adaptations also. Okay, so based on this, right, let's look at this one. They said that organism X, okay, highlight the key things, okay, feeds on dead matter, and this organism, the organism is not the ant, okay, this organism reproduced by spores, and it will infect the ants in order to reproduce. Okay, so what happens is that when the spores lands on the ants, it will grow and enter the ant's body, and it will kill them after a few days. And this organism thrives in moist conditions. That means they love moist places. Okay, so based on this, all right, the ants are a source of food, okay, for other organisms, okay, such as spiders. Okay, so all you have to do is describe how the presence of organism X could affect the population of spiders. Do you all have any idea? We do calculate at the end. Okay? Question two is 2 just now. Yeah. Why you change answer, Octopus? Okay. Okay, you need to understand the food. Okay, so every time they ask you this kind of question, right, you need to describe how organism X could affect the population of spiders. Okay, so they said that ants are a source of food for spiders also. What happens is that you need to think, if organism X, this organism here, keeps growing on the ants, do you think it will, what do you think? Will it impact the spiders positively or negatively? Alright, we have AGrader online classes. I am conducting the P6 one. Online classes on Thursdays. Does anyone know? Will it affect the spiders positively or negatively? What do you think? Don't know? Okay, so every time they ask you to describe this type of question, okay, how would these affect this? Okay, although this sounds like a relationship question, but this one is not an experiment, okay? So don't go and compare increase, decrease, or remain the same. This one is another type of relationship. We need to talk about food relationship between the organism X and the spider. Okay, so what happens is, okay, yes, very good, SK is negatively, Yuhao, very good is negatively. So how can organism X affect spiders negatively? You think carefully. So when organism X grows on the ants, what will happen to the ants? Just now they give you a lot of clues above in the question. What will happen? Yes, thank you, Octopus. What will happen if organism X starts growing on the ant? They will decrease. You mean the ants population? Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, so they will kill the ants. So the first thing, because they use the word describe, right? First step in science, when they say describe, you must tell me what does organism X do. So let's write that one down first, okay? Okay, so you must say that organism X, okay, will kill the ants as it grows on them and feeds on the ants' bodies. Okay, how do you know? Everybody, very good. It's okay. Wow, how you managed to identify is a type of fungi, is it? Okay, good. So basically, how do we know that it will feed on the ants' bodies? It's because it feeds on dead matter. It kills the ants. The ants is actually your dead matter. It's their dead matter. Okay. All right, so if you want to be more clear, I write it down for dead ants' bodies. Okay, can? All right, so basically, organism X is actually indirectly competing for food with the spiders because X actually eats on the ants also. If you read carefully, you must link all the clues up. Okay, that's why I'm linking here. See, killing the ants is dead. Organism X is going to feed on the ants, And they are actually competing for food with the spiders because the spiders also wants to eat the ants for food. Okay, so for this, the second step, okay, that you need to talk about, because everybody is 2 marks, not 1 mark, not 1 mark, okay, 2 marks. So second step got 2 steps for 2 marks question, at least 2 steps. Okay, your science concept, talk about competition of food. Okay, so you must say that there will be competition okay, so the competition is just giving you like information. You have to link you must show your teacher that you know to link the information up. Okay, that means you must know that based on the information, you must know that X actually eats or feeds on the ants as well. Although they didn't really directly say it. Okay, so there will be competition of food with the spiders, leading to less food for the spiders, causing the population to decrease. Fauzi, the ant, because, yeah, spiders, the ants die before the spiders eat them. Then organism X will eat the ants. That's why there's competition. Because the organism X will cause the ants to die first. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight the key thing. Okay, so take note, you must mention that organism X will kill the ant as it grows, and it will feed on the dead ants' bodies. So it leads to competition of food, and there will be less food for the spiders, so population of spiders will decrease. Okay? Don't allow you to eat snack. Okay, Ken? Why is the answer about ants when the question is asking about spiders? Because the ants is in a food relationship with the spiders. Ants is a source of food. Okay, maybe I highlight this part since in case you never noticed, for the spiders. So if you wanna talk how it affects the spiders, you must talk about the ants. Okay, Ken? And if you want to talk about the ants, you need to talk about organism X. Organism X affects the spider indirectly. Okay? Everyone okay? Clear? Policy, very good. Thank you for your answers as well. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Alright, you're clear? You're so hyper today. Are you clear? Clear? Okay, let me move on, alright? So let's look at B, part B, alright? So for part B, they said that over here they say that the amount of rainfall in the rainforest is shown in the table below. Okay, this is amount of rain, okay? Based on information in which month, choose the month first. Would the population of ants likely be the largest in the rainforest? And explain your answer. Please take note. The clue is above. I identify the clue for you first, okay? Organism X loves moist condition. And the question for B is asking you, which month will there be the most amount of ants? Okay, what do you think? Which month do you think is the answer? Adrian, very good, thank you. Which month do you think is the answer? Thank you, Iris. Lucy, very good. Hey, you're getting it. Okay, so very good. So the correct answer is actually the month of August. Okay, so good. OT, very good. Yes, SK, very good. All right, so yes, that will be the month of August, but we need to explain. Okay, so let's write that one down first. The month of August would be the month where population of ants is the largest. Okay, so you must have that thought process. If I have the most ants, means organism X is most or least. Organism X must be the most or least if I want to have a lot of ants. Okay, very good. Thank you, Fauzi. I want to have least X. And in order to have least X, and they already tell you already, X love moist places. Means I want the rainfall to be the most or the least. Very good, Yuhao. Very good, Lucy. I want the rainfall to be the... Hey, y'all be friends here, okay? Don't fight, please. Yes, thank you, Adrian, Wilson, Fauzi. Okay, so least X means I want to have the least rainfall. Very good. So with that thought process, you can answer your explanation. Okay, explain your answer. So in AGrader, we teach 2 steps answering technique for non-experimental explanation question. Okay, so what are the 2 steps? Explain why did you choose August? Why not the rest? You need to describe based on the table the amount of rainfall. Okay, so second step is the S means science concept. Science concept, how does rainfall have anything to do with the ants? You already have this thought process here. Okay, talk about organism X, the growth of organism X, and then you talk about how does it affect the ants. Okay, so for this, why do you choose August? Because you chose it because it has the least amount of rainfall, which means that it's the driest, right? And then you talk about X. You must say that X cannot survive or cannot thrive in dry condition. So there will be lesser growth of X. So lesser ants will be killed. Okay, so that's why there's the highest population. All right, okay, okay. Okay. Oh, type. Yeah. Okay, so over here we can say that it has the least amount of rainfall, which means that it is the driest month. Okay, so then you need to talk about your science concept as X cannot thrive in dry conditions. There will be less growth of X on the ants and less ants will be killed. Foxy, why are you singing the K-pop Demon Hunters? Okay, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the key. Yeah, hooked with the song. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the key things. Okay, so yeah, please remember, describe why do you choose August? Least amount of rainfall. Second step. Okay, talk about driest month, and X cannot survive, cannot thrive in dry conditions. So there'll be less growth, less ants will be killed. That's why the population will be the largest in August. Well, the song is quite nice actually. Yeah, there's Kahoot later. Okay, let's move on. Anyone has any questions? Yep. Okay, I'm gonna move on, alright? Okay, let's look at question 5, everybody. So for question 5, it says here that Elvin put some dead leaves, okay, dead leaves, small amount of soil, that wet soil or damp soil in the glass container. Okay, I only show you half, the top half first. I will slowly go down. So what happened is he used a thermometer to measure the change in temperature as the leaves decay over a period of time. That means there is decomposition happening. Okay, decay means decomposition, and decomposition requires water. That's why we give damp soil. Damp soil means there's water. Okay, so can y'all can type this one down. Very straightforward question. State two conditions needed for decomposition to take place. Do you all know what is needed for decomposition to take place? Water and warmth. Okay, the rest of you? Two only, two. Animals? Okay, you must remember. Okay, very good. The correct answer is actually water and warmth. Moisture also, okay. Oxygen, yeah, is important also, but the one that you need to focus on here is actually water and warmth. If you write oxygen, they should not penalize you also actually. Okay, so why is it water and warmth? Because decomposition. Can y'all remember what are the decomposers? There are two groups of decomposers. What do we call them? Can you remember? Decomposition are caused by decomposers, right? So there are two types of decomposers. Y'all can remember not? The decomposers are very good. Called Mika. Fungi and bacteria. Okay? Hey, y'all, can y'all concentrate on the lesson? Yeah. Carry on, okay? So fungi and bacteria needs water, oxygen, and warmth, right? I'm gonna write the more important two. Okay, oxygen, water and warmth. All right, because here already got holes, so I will not. That's why I will not talk about the air too much. Okay, so what about B? Do y'all know? Anyone know what's the answer for B? State two products that are given out during decomposition. Can you remember when things decompose? There's like any idea or not? Decomposition. Fungi and bacteria help to decompose things, right? So what do they give out? I give you a clue for the first product. Yes, carbon dioxide. Yes, because they are working, right? Fungi and bacteria are working hard to decompose the dead leaves. So any living thing that is working will actually respire to get energy, right? So yes, they will produce carbon dioxide. Very good. One more. After I give you a clue. After your leaves decompose, what do you get? It becomes what? Very good. Minerals. I saw someone send minerals. Nutrients also. Nutrients, minerals. Okay, can. All right, so good. So the two products, it will be, you must definitely write carbon dioxide as one of it. Okay, and either you write minerals or nutrients. Should be fine during exams. Okay, yes, very good. Nutrients, minerals, can. Okay, must say carbon dioxide also. Okay, can? Very good. Pei Ting, Fauzi, Lucy, SK. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. No, Foxy, the plants die already. Dead leaves. So no. Dead already, dead. Dead, they cannot photosynthesize anymore. Must be careful, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna move on. Any questions here? Okay, I'm gonna move on, alright? Okay, last two parts, then it will be Kahoot time. Okay, so over here, okay, bird Z buries its eggs underground. Okay, let's highlight. The eggs are always placed on top of decaying leaves and covered with sand. Huh? Why? Based on, okay, then they tell you to relate to the person's experiment Explain why the bird must lay its eggs on top of decaying leaves. Any idea? You must relate. So based on, you must describe the experiment. Remember, explanation question, for us, we teach at least 2-step answering technique. Okay? And at least 2 steps, all right? So explain why. Okay? You must describe based on this experiment, which you need to describe the graph. Okay? And talk about the graph first. So let's look at the experiment. So what do you notice about his results? As the leaves go through decomposition, what happens to its temperature? No, not nutrients. The eggs don't take the nutrients that decompose. Only plants take those. Only live plants, plants that are alive, take the nutrients after decomposition occurs. Yes, it is increasing, right? So someone say warmth, which is, you got the idea there, yes. All right, the temperature is increasing when decomposition is occurring. Okay, so that is what you must say first. Okay, based on this experiment, okay, you can say that during decomposition, comma, okay, or you can say during decomposition of leaves, because the birds also use the leaves, right? Okay, you must say that temperature increases. Okay, why temperature increases? Because, yeah, this is P6. All these are P6 questions. Today we are going through adaptations and man's impact on the environment. So temperature increase, how come temperature increase? Temperature increase, what does it mean? Mean that there is what? What is being produced? Any idea? Remember when chicken lay egg, right? They must sit on the eggs. Why? Because, yes, Foxy, very good. The eggs need to be incubated. The eggs need warmth, need some heat. All right? If not, they will die. If not, the poor unborn chicks inside will die. Okay, so temperature increases as heat will be produced. Okay, which will, okay, your science concept, talk about warmth for the eggs, okay? Keep the eggs warm. Okay, the bird will not do this kind of thing for no reason. Okay, there must be a reason for their survival, for their young survival. That's why they do such things. Okay, Ken? Yes, Pam, how do I pronounce your name? Pam P. All right, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight the key things. So must remember, Ling talk about his experiment. Decomposition of leaves, temperature increases, heat is produced, so the eggs will be warm. Okay? Everyone okay? Can? Wait, why wait? What happened? Why you say okay, you all are thank you, Adrian, also. Yu Hao, try not to spam the chat with the lyrics, okay? I can move on? Okay. Bacteria can babysit the eggs. No. If too much bacteria actually enters the eggs, all right, the chicks will die. No, don't talk about bacteria entering the eggs, okay? Okay, Ken? Okay, I'm gonna move on to D. Does anyone know? Suggest another advantage of burying the eggs underground. Okay, everybody, animals always do things for a reason, right? It's all most of the time it's related to its survival. So think about the survival. Oh, and for the you got the idea there. Cause global warming? No. Yes, decomposition can cause global warming, but there's not really. We talk about how is it. How does it helps the bird? Yes, Clara. Yes, Fauzi. Oh, okay, Kieran. Okay, you got homework. Okay, okay. All right, so good. So suggest another advantage of burying the eggs underground is actually to hide. Very good. Most of you got the idea there. The eggs from predators so that, okay, every time, most of the time, when a question, okay, asks you about adaptation, okay, why the organism do certain things, try to end your sentence with usually talk about whether there's a higher chance or lower chance of something, okay, so that there is a higher chance of the eggs surviving and hatching. Okay, because if the eggs can survive, means they will hatch into chicks, baby birds, okay? Darren, you're not wrong, but don't put you, okay, in your answer. I won't find the eggs and eat it. Okay, don't put you as part of the explanation, okay? Okay, all right, I'm gonna highlight the key things. Is to hide from predators, so there's a higher chance of egg surviving and hatching. All right? I have no idea, octopus. No idea. Okay, everybody, any questions for any got any questions for any of the questions that I did with you all about adaptations and man's impact? No? No? Well, you're very eager for the Kahoot, is it? Okay, let me okay, let me start the Kahoot, okay? Give me a moment. Okay, give me a moment, okay? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna show you this one first. Okay. Always remember to join the Kahoot with your name. Okay. And when you all do the Kahoot, right? Please remember, listen carefully. Please remember to screenshot if you screenshot your score. Okay. If you were the top 3 winners. All right. Then you please send it to DM the screenshot to our TikTok account, okay, DM to AGrader LC, or send it to that number to claim your gift. Okay, can? Okay? Okay, you can take a screenshot of this so you know what are the instructions. Okay? Can, all right? Okay, so let me share the Kahoot. P5, what do you mean by P5? What do you mean by P5 science? P5 science? You mean like the winter, what do you mean? Like the normal lesson or the TikTok? What do you think? What are you talking about? Normal, you let me know, okay? Are you talking about the normal lesson or you're talking about the TikTok live? Oh, TikTok, P5 science is tomorrow at 7. Okay? Okay, give me a moment. Let me start the thing and then I will show you the code, okay? Okay. What happened? Yeah, hold on, the code is loading. Okay, anyway, since you're waiting for the code to load, I don't know why it's a bit long. Then just let you all know for online classes. Okay, we actually have online classes. Okay, all right, P5 to P6 English, Math, Science, and Creative Writing, and Secondary 1 and 2 Math. Okay. Okay, so let me share. It's a bit. Don't know why the code is lagging a bit today. Give me a moment. Okay, not sure why. You like K-pop? You think you're creative? What? Creative writing not bad? That's good. That's good then. Give me a moment. Not sure why so laggy. Okay, let me share my screen for the TikTok Kahoot. It looks like it's loaded. Okay. Still loading, you see. Okay, can y'all can join when you are ready. It's still loading. You can see the pin. If not, I type in the pin for you through the chat, okay? Y'all can key in the pin. Join join the game pin. Thank you. So fast, y'all. So fast. A gentle reminder, okay? Please screenshot if you get the top 3. Okay? Please do a screenshot, all right? Okay? Yeah, just go ahead and join. Quickly join. I'll count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna start. Those of you want to join halfway, you can. Okay, the code is in the chat already. Okay, all the best. What is the process of plants making food so fast? Hey, they're easy, right? Fastest fingers. Oh, Edric has the fastest fingers, followed by SK. Okay, continue. The code, this one, the pin is this, the game pin. I think y'all, maybe I pin, okay? So y'all will know that's the game pin. Hey, why y'all think? Hey, hello. Plants do not only taking carbon dioxide. They do taking carbon dioxide during photosynthesis, but they also take in oxygen during respiration. So you must be careful, okay? All right, so it's both carbon dioxide and oxygen. Okay? Must be careful. Not all the questions are that easy, okay? Some is tricky. Why y'all telling the answers in the chat? Y'all can Duncan, why is it 99? Yes, all of you can remember your P5 topic. Yes. Boiling point, 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, very good. This one also easy, huh? What do you mean by is there P6? The P6 TikTok is today. We just finished. Oh no, you pressed wrongly. Oh no. Animals that eat plants are called herbivores. Okay, I hope that you all know by now. What happened? Okay. Multi-select, huh? Darren, stop sending in your replies through the TikTok chat. You're supposed to use the Kahoot. Yo. Oh no! What you put wrong? Liquid to gas. It's evaporation and boiling. Hey! Liquid to gas, not gas to liquid. Why seven of you chose condensation? Ah! Okay. Let's move on. Why do you don't look at me? You just do your Kahoot. Don't need to watch me, okay? Wow, ribosomes is a cell part that gives energy. Capybara. There's one that is totally out because you all never learn. Yeah. Okay. Well, luckily you all never choose the blue one. I testing see whether anyhow put in the answer or not. Or anyhow press. Ribosomes, you're gonna learn that in secondary school, okay? Alright. So yes, please remember that nucleus is actually the part of the cell that contains genetic information. Okay. Oh, the code is yeah, the code to join. Oh no. Okay. But it's really the last question. I can give you the code still. Yeah. Negative impact. Negative impact. Hey, most of you got it correct. Yes, dumping chemicals into the sea will lead to water pollution, which is a negative impact on the environment. Building highways, to build highways, you need to chop down trees, okay, to create space to build highways, to build buildings, etc. So it will cause a negative impact onto the environment as well. Yeah, negative impact, yes. Okay. Hey, someone dropped down. What happened? Oh no, but not to the environment, Darren. Good for us, but not the environment. I'm not teacher Emma. No, I'm not teacher Emma. I'm teacher Jody. It's okay. Effect, okay? Effect. Remember, we learned cause and effect. Hey, you are doing very well. Effect is something that happens after. Okay, so what happens when there is greenhouse gases? Okay, greenhouse gases will trap heat in the atmosphere, so that's an effect. All right, okay? All right, so good. Ayo, don't be sad. There'll be other Kahoots also. Don't worry, okay? Okay, top three, screenshot. Top three, please screenshot and claim your prize. Screenshot, top three. Screenshot, okay? Take a screenshot, and I show this again. Okay? Please send the screenshot to DM AGrader account, or secondly, send to that number there and claim your gift. Okay? Can? It's okay, Octopus. Okay, so just stay tuned for the next live. Okay, see you next live, which is tomorrow, done by Teacher KH, Primary 5 Science. All right? Oh, good job, Duncan. And Iris and Roxy. Okay, so all right, if you have no more questions, I will see you all 2 weeks later for Primary 6 Science again. No, tomorrow, not me. Tomorrow is Teacher KH. Which some of you, I think I heard from Teacher KH that you all keep disturbing him, is it? He's spamming his live as well. Okay, bye. Those of you who are busy singing Demon Hunters song, you all can sing by yourself later after the live. Yeah, there are about 30 something students in the Kahoot. Yes. Okay, bye. See ya. Okay, bye bye.